Black and White Network, I have a question for you guys in this video. Do you still trust Dr. Anthony Fauci? Because according to the new data by NBC, people have turned their back on trusting Dr. Fauci. What took so long? What took so long, guys? In my opinion, this guy has been so wrong about this whole entire virus. And now people are starting to wake up to Dr. Fauci. At this point, guys, you know, Dr. Fauci is really nothing more than a Lord and Savior for the left. His job is solely to keep you in fear, to allow the Democrats to remain in power. But people are starting to wake up, you know, probably because of the whole Omicron thing. You know, people are realizing, you know, we don't need to be afraid of this thing the way the media is trying to push it, the way that Joe Biden and other politicians are trying to push it on the left. People, it seems, are starting to wake up. They're starting to realize that Dr. Fauci has been wrong about a whole lot of things. And there's still a lot of things I believe he should be answering for, but we're not going to get into that in this video. This video is strictly about the data on the trust level of Dr. Fauci. Over here on Outkick, Dr. Fauci, I like how they put that, polls show people no longer trust Fauci. I got to give a round of applause for that. I got to give a round of applause to that because I've been saying for the longest time, guys, Fauci is a politician. He is no longer a doctor. He's not giving medical advice. He's actually been giving you political advice. I mean, this guy's supposed to be a doctor, and he was out there talking about how the virus, you know, was racist and all this stuff. I believe that was like a year ago. I'm like, what? Give me medical advice. Don't give me political advice. It says here, the first act of Dr. Fauci's cosmetic theater took nearly 2 years. And now it's apparent that most of these spectators won't be sticking around past intermission. Per a January 2022 NBC News poll, Fauci, whose science and restrictions change more often than weather in the Midwest, has lost the majority of his audience. Only 44% of people now say they trust what Fauci has to say about the coronavirus. 44% to me is still too high. And when it comes to Fauci here, I don't know if you guys can actually see this here, but it shows a trust level from April 2020 to January 2022. Now, in April of 2020, 60% of people said that they trusted Dr. Fauci. Only 8% said they did not trust him. However, January 2022, more people do not trust Dr. Fauci. 40% say they trust him. 43% said they do not trust him. I mean, it went from 8% to 43% because, in my opinion, guys, people are realizing he has been a disaster on this whole virus thing. He has. He's been flip-flopping. First, he told you to wear no mask. Then he told you to wear one. Then he said it only makes sense to wear 2 or 3. Where does it end? Where does it end? And Dr. Fauci seems to be losing his grip. I mean, this guy really should have been fired from the get-go, really. And I do believe that one of the mistakes of Trump was he didn't fire Fauci. He said that he liked Anthony. He said that. I remember watching it on TV. But as time passed, Fauci just started getting more and more political. This man is the highest paid government employee. Why? I have no idea. This guy has been in government, I believe, since the Reagan era, if I'm not mistaken. This was the man that was leading the charge during the HIV virus outbreak in the 1980s. And a lot of people criticized him for that. But some kind of way, this guy is still in government. However, his reign may actually be coming to an end because Rand Paul actually said when and if the Republicans take over after the midterms, they're going to be investigating Dr. Fauci, and rightly so. Now, I do believe Dr. Fauci is going to probably end up retiring. I mean, this man is already 80 years old, and boy, he can be in a lot of trouble. I believe he has a lot to answer for, with this whole virus thing. I'm not going to dive into that. I'm not an expert in all of that. But if you've been paying attention, you guys should actually realize what Dr. Fauci's actually been doing. I don't believe the man has been trustworthy whatsoever. Now, people are realizing, the Omicron doesn't seem that bad. It doesn't. I know people personally that caught it, and they all had just minor side effects with the virus, minor conditions, I guess you could say. And to them, they actually had worse colds and worse flus. So, but the fear point is still out there. And people are seeing this with the Omicron that, yeah, it's spreading like wildfire, but a lot of people aren't even being hospitalized to this. I mean, my brother had it. All he had was like a dry cough for like 3 days, and that was pretty much it. My best friend caught it. He isolated from his family. All he had was like a dry cough for about 3-4 days, and that was pretty much it. So, Dr. Fauci, man, the trust level is waning. People do not trust Dr. Fauci now. Thank you, America, for waking up. Now, if you guys can wake up to other issues with Mr. Biden, that would be very much appreciated. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.